my channel. Today we're going to be discussing a little bit of understanding carbohydrates a little bit more. But before we get started, a message from my wife.
Hi everybody, like, comment, follow, subscribe, and share. Have a nice day.
To get things started, I have to take in consideration the attention span of most people. So I want to tell this true story, experience story about carbohydrates and myself. So as you well know, I've done many shows. In the first 5 shows that I did, I always lived on carbohydrates, meaning salads and vegetables with a protein. 100% that diet works, okay? 100% that diet works. But keep in mind, there isn't a person I've met that has deviated from that diet that has actually kept that weight off. So with that being said, the last time I went and did a show, one of the things I did was I actually changed the way I eat. Instead of people suggesting volume, the vegetable salad, protein diet, whatever you want to call it, I decided to make a list of the food that I like, a carbohydrate list of the foods that I like. And what I did is I limited that carbohydrate list to whatever it took on that list to achieve my goals. So obviously that list shrunk. After eating specifically potatoes and rice compared to vegetables and salad, I did lose the weight because my calorie count for my macros were the same. So I'm doing 4 cups of lettuce and vegetables to 1 cup of rice, potatoes. So these are the 2 things that happen. I still lost the weight and now I can't hardly gain weight. Stay shredded. The second thing, the energy that I had the last month going into the show was the same energy I had the entire time. It wasn't the same for the other 5 shows. I did not have the energy to do my training as hard as I was able to the last time. That's a big deal. Oh, and a bonus thing. My stomach shrunk. So my stomach shrunk. So smaller stomach, I didn't have the cravings that I did on the vegetables and salads when my stomach was empty. I can tell you that those cravings, that's where they define the word suffering. I lost my appetite, I did not have the cravings, and it was smooth sailing with all the energy you could think of. Now that's a story, and that's the truth. Let's take a look at some carbohydrates real quick. So when you think of carbohydrates, what comes to mind? As you look at all these pictures, this is just from one small grocery store. Carbs are everywhere. We're not going to be able to run or hide from them. We must begin to fully understand them in a way that will help us. Carbs, which is a simple sugar molecule, is one of our 3 macros. It's the main nutrient found in our food and our drinks. The body will break down these carbs into a glucose, blood sugar, and this is the main source of energy for the body. There are 4 calories in a single gram of carbohydrates. A calorie is a unit of how much energy an item of food or drink contains. There are 3 types of carbs. You're going to have your simple carbs, your complex carbs, and your fibrous carbs. Today we're going to concentrate on 2. A simple carb at its most basic, simplest, original form would be banana, mango, grapes, anything sweet, some milk. Now when we talk about complex carbs at its very original, simplest state, we're talking potatoes, rice, grains, etc. What I really want you to take away from this is if we take carbs closest to its original state, which means off the plant, out of the ground, from a tree, this state, well, these carbs can help our progress. Some better than others. But when we process something like a potato, which becomes a chip or a French fry, we kind of change its role in our body and what it does. The refinement of these carbs can easily facilitate someone overeating, which in turn you're going to add weight. It can create insulin resistance, which could lead to type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, mood disorders, being antisocial, and even suicide. You see, the refined carbs have stripped almost all the fiber, vitamins, and minerals from these foods and drinks. A lot of people call them empty calories. Now I want to touch on bad carbs and good carbs. Bad carbs is basically carbs when you add sugar and you refine the carbohydrate. You're basically stripping that carb of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Let's take a look at some of these labels, and I want to explain a couple things. All these products are high in carbs per serving and have sugar added to them. These items will spike your hormone insulin, which will hit the brakes on fat burning and promote storage of fat, make you lethargic, and even more hungry. Good carbs. Plant-based foods that are enriched with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Let's take a look at a couple nutritional facts, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Some of these items are complex and some are simple. None of them have sugar added or refined. They have not been stripped of their vitamins, minerals, and fiber, and their process is closest to the plant, especially compared to bad carbs. Obviously, some carbs are better than others. That can be said with good carbs as well. Now let's compare eating carbs to the effort it takes to get rid of them. 1 hour of intense training, resistance training, will burn approximately 240 calories. Got that off the internet. 300 calories are burned in 30 minutes on average doing cardio. The thing you have to keep in mind with cardio machines is that elliptical could easily be up to 40% off. Treadmills, Stairmasters, these can be up to 10 to 15% wrong. You being wrong by 50 calories and you do cardio every day could equal 5 pounds in a year. So keep in mind that if you're playing a numbers game and you want to be accurate, overdo it. Now, the takeaway from that alone, because all you have to do is find out what you ate, how many calories that is, and then add that into the time. So a soda that's 150 calories, it's going to take you 15 minutes of effort just to deal with that. And don't forget, if you do spike your insulin, that pretty hits the brakes on any fat that you're burning and kind of turns everything into storage. The biggest takeaways from everything I'm telling you is that there are good and bad carbs. The good carbs are always going to be closest to the plant, to the tree, to the ground. The bad carbs, you got to remember that they're low in they stripped the fiber, the vitamins, and the minerals. They're empty calories. We want it all to count. So if you're trying to get gains and food is your true focus, concentrate on eating all the carbs that you eat. Make a list of foods you like that are closest to, like I said, its original process. Some fun facts about carbs you just might not know. Sugar is the #1 addiction in the world. You can stay lean on high carbs. Sweeteners are not the solution. The brain is the only carb-dependent organ in the body. Only carb foods contain fiber. Fiber aids in digestion, helps you feel fuller longer, and helps control blood cholesterol.
Like, comment, follow, subscribe, and share. Have a nice day.